Hey y'all, and welcome to Politibrawl. My name is Brian, and Aaron Rodgers is known very well for his spicy takes, but what he says about Ukraine, he's got one great point here. But before we dive in, I want to give a quick shout out to our great sponsors over at Colonial Metals Group. Trump might have won the election, but we're still dealing with inflation today. So protect your wealth with gold with Colonial Metals Group.
I just want to clear up one comment that I made, because there is a large Ukrainian flag that flies at One Jets Drive. I don't have a problem with Ukraine at all. I just think that there's a lot of problems in the United States that $180 billion could maybe help instead of fighting a proxy war. That's my only.
Well said.
Yeah, just to tie that one up.
Smart to circle back.
Like natural disasters, and there's FEMA is confiscating bottles of water and food supplies from people trying to help. Like, maybe let's help those people out. Obviously, FEMA doesn't have the best record if you go back to 2005 and Katrina.
Okay.
But I think there's a lot of problems in the States and people hurting that, could use more than, I don't know, would they just give out $600, $700? Come on, what are we doing?
$750. And also you go back to Hawaii, see what happened there with
Hawaii, exactly. Hawaii.
Yeah. We all agree.
Yeah.
I think everybody with a sane mind agrees. Understand that the United States of America have to look out for people and everything like that, but we got to look out for our people too whenever shit happens. And I think, I think even though during these trade deadline times, NFL trade deadline, November 5th, Tuesday, trade early, trade often. Anytime in these times, it seems like feels like common sense is becoming more. I think we're all kind of coming closer together. I hope. And I don't think Tuesday will display that, but I think hopefully going forward we have that happening.
Like
if you don't know what to do on trade deadline, you should just ask your favorite celebrity and get them to inform you, because that's really important.
My favorite is when the celebrity says, "I'm moving if this doesn't happen." Okay, all right.
Yep.
Where are you headed? Canada?
My favorite is when the celebrity is bought and paid for by China. But anyway,
all right,
guys, you have a great day.
Panda. Good to see you, buddy.
You guys have a great day.
What? Who's he talking about?
Yo, do you know who he's talking about here? This is a shot at Jimmy Kimmel, who is, by the way, not only is that feud kind of old, but it's more likely that Kimmel was caught at a Diddy party than at an Epstein party. But I digress. That's not what this is about. This is about a feud that has been between these two for a long time. And on one hand, while I'm not a fan of Rodgers, he's a Scientologist, and it's basically a fake religion made to get you to be more influential. The reason why, I was about to call him Ted Cruz. No, I can see his, doggone it, but the reason that Scientology has worked well with Aaron Rodgers is that he's been able to manipulate an entire organization to give them exactly what he wants. So I'm not hating on Scientology. The religion itself is very weird, but it's a smart thing for certain people, and it's worked for Aaron Rodgers. So, about Jimmy Kimmel. So I've despised Jimmy Kimmel for pretty much ever since I've seen him. He was terrible on SNL. As a host, he has been awful. He even made a joke about election interference. He quite literally told people that maybe you should vote after Election Day. Maybe you should vote on November 6th. And he passed that off as a joke. I remember when a court threw a kid in jail for election interference because of a meme. Hey y'all, I'm not exactly looking at retirement anytime soon, but my parents are, and friends of my parents are, and I'm sure either you or someone you know is looking at retirement and wondering, what do I do? How do I help prepare for this in this economy with this terrible president and with a vice president who basically coup d'etat him and is now looking to run for president herself? How do you protect against this? Well, simple. You go over to my friends at Colonial Metals Group. They quite literally have something called the Retirement Package Plan. This plan backs your wealth with gold and silver accounts. And furthermore, you will have direct access to these accounts. So you're not at the whims of Wall Street. You're not at the whims of inflation. You are in command of your own destiny. As a bonus, qualified applicants can receive up to $10,000 in free silver, plus a couple of other little goodies that they're going to package up for you, and you're going to be able to protect your wealth and your retirement. So go over to this link in the description below at colonialmetalsgroup.com or call this number 800-203-0422 and see how they can help you prepare for retirement today by backing your account with gold and silver. Don't delay your retirement, folks. Protect the money that you earned with Colonial Metals Group. They're here to help. I'm sorry, turnabout is fair play. When Trump gets into office, I think the first thing, I unironically think the first thing that the Attorney General needs to do is investigate why Jimmy Kimmel has not been thrown in jail for election interference. So yeah, there's that. But back to the Ukraine thing. When I was a park ranger at Theodore Roosevelt National Park, I had the pleasure of working with people, or rather serving people as a park ranger. I was an interpretive ranger, so I'd be interacting with a whole lot of people. And there's a huge Ukrainian population in Dickinson. And think about it. North Dakota is about as flat as a pancake. Fantastic farming fields. What is Ukraine? Flat as a pancake, fantastic farming fields. It's pretty much same thing, different continent. And so they set up shop all around North Dakota. And so I've had the pleasure of working with these people. They're good people. And Ukraine deserves its autonomy. But y'all, why do we keep on sending them millions upon millions upon millions of dollars? And it's a question that no one likes to answer, so I'm going to take a stab at it. So, and I don't like answering this question because it's an uncomfortable truth about the evils of government and why it kind of works. So, we give them $200 billion, and they turn around and buy $200 billion worth of US-made goods, which raises the stock prices. We get sales tax off of those goods. Those stock prices then get taxed a little bit. The people who, these companies hire more people, and then they pay their taxes. They pay their corporate taxes, and when their profits go up, the U.S. gets its money back. Okay, essentially, it's a money printing machine. And that's why the federal government does it time and time and time again. However, there's a more sinister reason that we are protecting Ukraine, and it has nothing to do with Putin. Actually, it has everything to do with Putin. He's pretty much on the CIA's enemy number one list, and they set up a whole bunch of laboratories on the edge of Ukraine, as well as actual CIA bases, just to poke at Vladimir Putin. And this was after they staged a coup in 2014 that came out of nowhere. You know what happened in early 2014 in Ukraine? The same thing. Remember when I said those two regions, North Dakota and Ukraine, are almost exactly the same? We found a ton of shale oil underneath North Dakota. Well, at about 2014, they thought, well, I wonder if there's the same kind of oil in Ukraine. Guess what? They found it in late 2013. So Russia is now looking over and going, oh, you have oil. I want to make an investment. Ukraine, let's say we talk. Well, the U.S. said, no, how about this? We take the oil, we break up, not Gazprom, I think there was another name for their Ukrainian oil company, but it was nationalized. After we overthrew Ukraine, we then sent our politicians' kids. Mitt Romney did this too. It wasn't just Hunter Biden. Magically, these children of major politicians show up on these new gas company boards, and they funnel money back to the politicians. So the war in Ukraine is effectively a combination of a cover-up and an attempt to expose money laundering in the United States. Literal corruption. This is evil. All right? That's the evil side of this. It's not about the infinite money glitch. All right? This isn't about giving money to Israel. All right? That's where you can have that discussion, and I'm perfectly fine with that. But when it comes to Ukraine, when I know more of what's really going on, it has to stop. People need to be held accountable for this. Oh, and by the way, remember when they impeached Donald Trump for asking Ukraine to, hey, can you look into Hunter Biden? That just seems fishy, you know? And so they did. Oh, wait, no. That was also Joe Biden threatening Ukraine when he literally was caught on a hot mic saying that he threatened the current Ukrainian head of state if they didn't fire the attorney that was looking into Hunter Biden, he was going to illegally withhold their money that was appropriated by Congress for foreign aid. That's an impeachable worthy offense. And they impeached Donald Trump over it. There is a lot that really goes on in this geopolitical landscape. And if you want to know more, talk to Mike Benz. Go and follow his channel, because he knows more about it than I do. I'm taking his word, but I've also seen the evidence. We've got the receipts. Byron Donalds is right. That's what the war in Ukraine is all about. It's not really about taking all of Ukraine. And remember, Ukrainians, you deserve your independence. But you also deserve your independence from the CIA, not just Russia. You deserve to be like Poland and understand that there are two superpowers that want to use your land, and Poland says no. All right? They understand their history, and while they're allies with the U.S., they're also not dumb enough to let the U.S. dictate them. So Poland, you're awesome. Ukraine, you deserve independence, and not just from the Russians. So, Aaron Rodgers, I don't always agree with you, but you're right. When we appropriate money that could be given and could be used to help Americans, it just doesn't make sense. And while I've been able to explain why the government does it, the fact that they do it so often and are just giddy about it tells me there's more to the story. And of course, there absolutely is. Folks, my name is Brian. Hope you enjoyed that segment here on Political Brawl. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. And until then, y'all have a good one.